good to go now. Okay, so I'm continuing on with the ice. As you can see, I have finished this area over here. I am going through a second time. Oh, my nose itches. Going through a second time and refining the details around here. And I should probably start my recording. There we go. Okay, now recording. So I'm just going to continue working on this and refining all the ice. I was going to try to work on the bottle today, but I decided that I really want to get the ice finished. That way I can just change my colors of the pencils instead of leaving them all out. And I really want to get this done this week. So hopefully I can meet that goal. I don't know, we'll have to see. Starting a little bit, well, not really starting early compared to when I was supposed to start. I'm kind of starting late, but starting earlier in the day, so to speak, so I can hopefully get more done and hopefully finish this ice. Now that it's all mapped out, it should be a little bit quicker. We'll have to see. So I worked on this yesterday on Twitch, and I got quite a bit done. I was really surprised, which is really nice. And hopefully I can make good progress on this today. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do, but I don't want to start anything else until I get this done. It's driving me nuts that it's not done, so this is my project until it's done. I have an acrylic piece that I need to finish as well. So those two pieces need to get done before I can start anything else. I don't want a bunch of stuff just sitting around. I can't. It drives me crazy. I can't do that. So I have set myself a deadline to finish this week. Have to see how I meet that deadline. I should really get me some glassine to put down, but I haven't. I meant to do that before I started, but I didn't, so we will just continue on. Once I move over and I get this done, I'll probably use the glassine when I use this because I'm still working on this area. I know that it'll already have a little bit of oil from my hands on it, but I don't know. It's not that big of a deal to me right now. This isn't a major piece that I was thinking about selling. It was just something to learn and practice. So not a huge deal. Oh goodness, excuse me. So right now I'm just refining some of the details. I'll change some of these shapes because I'm not super happy with some of them. But this was just a guideline. So my reference doesn't look much like this, really. I have changed quite a bit of it. It's kind of impossible to really do the ice exactly like it is. It would drive you absolutely nuts. I mean, if it was one cube, that'd be one thing, but you're talking an entire piece here. So it has already made me mad about it's crazy. It's just I feel like as much as I work on this, there's always something else to do. So I just keep plugging away. Where is my gray? There it is, right in front of my face. I'm trying to refine some of these shapes to make it look a little bit more like the reference photo and try to get the shadows somewhat close to what they are. But I've changed so much that it's kind of pointless. So I'm kind of using the reference photo now as a guide of basically where to put some of the highlights and shadows. But as you can tell, it has, well, maybe you can't tell because I don't have the reference photo up, but it has kind of turned into its own little creation of its own. But nobody's gonna know unless I told you. So I am going to start changing my streams times. I haven't quite decided on what day I'm going to stream on here. I want to be more consistent. Sadly, about the time I get into being consistent and getting this done, I have jury duty, which may or may not last for a week. So I just can't win for losing. But I'm hoping to think I'm going to do YouTube on Wednesdays. And I think all my start times are going to be right around no later than 10, I think, unless I have something else that's going on that day. And then I'll do YouTube on Wednesdays, and I think I will do Twitch on Tuesdays and Mixer on Thursdays. I haven't quite decided which order I want to go in for that. But I'm going to post that as soon as I know. I'll put it on my Facebook page, and I'll also put it on my website. And I will post it on Twitter once everything's been decided. I decided not to stream on Mondays because I do laundry and stuff, and it's distracting, and I have to keep stopping all the time, and I don't think that's fair to the viewer. And I also want to really take the time and spend the time with the viewers and all of that. So and I don't have the background noise of laundry and things like that. Monday's also the time that I tend to catch up on everything that I didn't get to see on the weekend on like YouTube and stuff. So I have time to do that, and I can research and then plan out what I'm going to do for my streams. Once I get this done, because I know that this is going to be on the streams until I get it done. Quiet, Felicity. Really? The trash man is here, and my dog is, of course, doing her crazy I have to bark at everything thing. She is a gabber. She will bark at, like, everything. So this one here is going to change a little bit in shape, which I'm fine with. I'm not really super happy with this area. It looks not right. So I'll spend quite a bit of time on this area, I think. It just needs a lot of refinement. I think this here needs to be separated a little bit more, so I'm gonna make this a little bit darker. I'll put some white here to lighten this up and push it back a little bit more. There we go. That's better. Get a little bit more in here. Here. Just to separate that. I'll take this light gray and kind of put a little about there. There we go. That's better. Okay. Let's see here. I think this area needs to be defined just a little bit more. Make this a little bit wider. Go in here and lighten that up. I want that a little bit darker though. Where is, here it is. I think I'll make it a little bit more round. Add a little bit more organic shape to it. And then I'll pull this down. Give it a little bit more definition and then shade it just a little bit. I want this to stay a highlight, but there we go. I want to annotate that it is going down. Okay, let's see here. I think let's try to lighten this up a little bit more. That one. There we go. Kind of get that glassy look. Still not super happy with that part though. I think I'll make that a little bit wider. There we go. Make this little area here just slightly darker. This is actually darker than it's supposed to be, but I'm happy with that because with as dark as this one is, I kind of want that to be a little bit darker there. Getting into some of the browns now. I have to pull out some more colors. It's more of a gray. It's like a grayish, bluish, purplish color. So I'll have to mix my colors because I don't have the exact color I need. Fortunately, they don't make the color I need. So I'll just mix my colors a little bit to get that look I'm going for. There we go. And let's see. A lot of this side is mostly done. I spent more time on this side when I first did it. So, I really didn't want to come back too much, but I know that I had to. So, I'm just going to refine some of this, make it look more like cubes, because some of this is so together, you can't even tell it's different cubes, and that's kind of what I'm trying to accomplish today, is define it more and make it look more like individual cubes. Let's see here. This. Trying to get some streaks in this white. I want this here to be just a little bit darker. Get a little bit more depth in here. Hi, Anne. I'm doing good. Thank you. Yeah, I worked pretty hard on it yesterday. At least I have all of the shapes blocked in, but now I'm just kind of refining. I was going to work on the bottle today, but I decided to just kind of finish up the ice. I feel like I have the patience for it right now. So I'm just going to take my time and use the patience I have for the moment. I saw you were able to put a couple extra pieces of art on your show this weekend. That's awesome. Well, I should probably stop working on this piece before I totally mess it up, because, yeah, I think I'm going to shade that in. Bring this around. And there we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That looks good. So I have some more projects coming up. Gonna do several series, and I'm not sure how I want to post them. I'll probably do some online, and then I'll probably do some not online, and maybe do combine a couple of them. They're gonna be mostly, I don't want to say tutorial, because I'm gonna be learning as I do them. So I kind of want to show my learning process of how I learn different techniques and different things. And you'll get to see all my failures along with all the successes that I'm going to have with those. And hopefully it'll teach me a little bit more on doing more surrealism. It seemed that there was not as many participants on that exhibition this year. We'll see how many will still come today to bring their paintings. Yeah, it's funny how the years change. When we were doing craft shows, we always, you never knew. You know, one year a craft show would be super, super busy, and then the next year it would be dead. I guess it goes in cycles with like everything else. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing all my new projects and my ideas, but I gotta get this thing done before I start them. I so want to start them so bad, but we'll have to see. Stepping outside my comfort zone. I'm also going to learn how to do Copics, use Copics. So that should be interesting as well. So that's going to be another whole series. Just the learning of it. So I'm excited about that. Okay, that is so not the right color. We'll just go with it, I guess. Let's try this one. Oh, that's better. So hopefully our refrigerator is going to finally work. Now it just sounds like it's popping popcorn. It's actually been cold for, see, today's Tuesday. Oh, almost a week. This afternoon will be a week. The guy came last night to check out the noise, and of course, it wasn't making it. And he stayed for like an hour waiting for it, and it never made the noise. And 15 minutes after he left, it started popping popcorn again, or that's the sound it makes. So we have limited stuff in the refrigerator still, but thankfully it's hopefully starting to work and will stay working instead of not having one. It's been like, what, going on 4 months that we really haven't had a refrigerator, so it'll be nice to have that again. Leilani, what are you doing? Why are you in this little corner? My dog is being goofy. She's like pushing herself between my chair and my little desk over here, trying to get my attention. Yeah, and I felt bad for him because he actually was working late to come over. He actually lives down the street. Well, not down the street, probably about 10 minutes away from us. So we're always his last call. And he's like, he was here till like, gosh, what was it? 8 or 8:30 is when he left. And I'm like, we can go get you something to eat. The poor guy hadn't eaten dinner or anything. So he's like, no, I'll stop on the way home. I'm like, okay. So, yeah. Not impressed that it did not work out, that's for sure. But I sent him a video. Not that you can really see anything, more for the sound than anything. So he could actually hear it. I sent that to him this morning, so we'll see what he decides to do and when he's coming out again. I need a darker something. What is the darker something I need here? I don't know. I don't even know where I was when I was thinking that. Oh, I think I was in here. So I'm still not happy with my camera setup. I changed things around again, and I don't know. I have to figure something out with it. I didn't want the camera hooked to the desk anymore because of the camera shake. And I don't want a big old tripod sitting in front of my desk because I have my monitor and stuff hanging from the ceiling, which I need to do. That's another thing I have planned, is a studio tour. So you can kind of get an idea of how I have everything set up. Which everything's worked out except for the one video camera. Well, the face cam and the art cam that I use for streaming. But because I gave my husband the Elgato so he can stream his games, and I don't want to keep moving it. That's just a pain. So until I can get another Elgato to possibly use for my video camera, I will just deal with this and go from there. This needs more brown. Brownish yellow. Let's see. No, not that one. Let's try that one. Needs to have some more brown highlights. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. And I'll just go over this with the gray to tone it down just a little bit. Even though I'm putting it over the gray, I want it to go over, put more gray over it, and I'll tone it down. Let's see, I will do a light gray because it's getting pretty dark already. So I'm going to do just a lighter gray to tone it down. I'm going to do a white in here. In here. There we go. Yeah, I'm liking the shape of that much better than the original one I had. Oh my gosh. I felt like it was just going in circles. I'm like, no. Like your eye was constantly drawn to that space, and I really didn't want that, so trying to tone it all. There we go. See here. You know, I still sit here and wonder what I'm thinking when I did some of this, because I am definitely sure I was lost at this point, because wow. I have to say the ice was really difficult to block in because there's so many shapes, and I mean really you can shape it however you want, and I feel like some of these shapes are like just so far off it's not even funny. It's like, did you even look at the photo when you made these shapes? It's kind of how I feel, because some of these shapes do not look anything, and I mean anything like, it's like, did you know where? I know one part I did get lost, and I did a shape of the one that was next to it instead of the one that it needed to be. So I kind of had to make up for that. But I don't know. More brown. I need a light brown. That's too yellow. Let's see. Yeah, let's try this one. Now, if I just knew where I was thinking of putting that, that would be great. How about here? Yeah, that'll be good. Right here. So this brown is just picking up from the reflection off of the Coke, which Coke is kind of red. Well, I guess it's brown, but in the photo it has a lot of red in it, so. Couple little dots here to annotate just air bubbles in the ice. Delani, stop. Good girl. Try to get a little bit of texture in here now. Still not super happy with this area. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it. Step away from the ice, Wendy. Step away from the ice. We will move on to a different spot because that one is driving me crazy. Come up here. It's very light. Here, this is should be darker, I think. Blending into the lighter. There we go. Where's my white? Have to get me a new white pencil. I've been using the white to burnish, to kind of push everything back and make it look like it's behind, since all of the, well, most of the detail would be within the ice, so I want it to look like it's within instead of on top. So a lot of burnishing and then just adding the final details on the top. Just to refine it just a little bit. Yes, especially when you get to like this part and you're like, I know I have to change the shape. Oh my gosh. And you know, you're looking at the shapes and it's just like, please just give me a break. So it does drive you a little crazy. But I've been trying to have patience with it and not rush it. Because when I rush it, I find that I really mess things up, which is why I think some of the shapes and stuff are incorrect from the photo, because I just wanted to get it on there. But I don't know, it's working out. It still looks good. I mean, unless you actually look at the reference photo, you're not going to know anyway. Okay, I'm really liking this area here. This is good. Just put a little shading. Yes, that looks way better. There we go. Then I'll blend that with my white right here to lose that hard edge on the, there we go. Yay. How to tackle this one. I don't even know what to do with this one because it is so messed up. This is where I really got lost when I was putting everything in, like so lost I didn't even have a map. That's how lost I got. Foreign country, no map, they don't speak your language, and they just kind of give you a weird look, like, what are you talking about type of lost. That's kind of how lost I got with this area, which is why it looks so horrible. Felicity, thank you. Leilani, Mama's busy. Yeah, Mommy's busy. Go lay down. Go lay down, baby. Lay down. Lay down right here. Lay down right there. Yes. Hi. Yes. Thank you. I know. I know. Yeah. Lay down right there. She is begging for attention. I already had you outside. We're not going out right now. You have to wait a little bit. Yeah. Mama took you out just before. You'll have to wait. Okay, so we have this little, I see all these little shapes in here, so I start saying, okay, this is a shark fin. Like up here we have like a goat. I don't know. I'm just coming up with all these weird shapes. And like, okay, so find the shark fin and move on to the next section. So this is the shark fin. I'm going to make it into a starfish, apparently. According to this. And then this is going to go over here like this. And then, so there's part of a starfish. Make the shark fin into a starfish. Yes. Take my light tan and go down here like this. See, this is supposed to be up here. All of that is supposed to be up here. That's awesome. Well, it is what it is, right? I want to try doing a bird. I'm really interested in seeing if I can do a bird. Although, as lost as I got on this, I'm almost scared to try a bird because I feel like I would get really lost because of all the detail and stuff. But I have learned a lot and how to map things out a little bit better doing this piece, so I might be okay with it. But that's going to be down the road, not on any current plan. I have other things that I want to do first. See, this has some yellow in it. Let's try this one right in here. There's a little bit of yellow and a touch of brown. Right here. There we go. Dot, dot, dot. Because we love those dots. It's important for the air bubble look, that's for sure. Okay, there's that. That. So this here is another piece right here. This is the end of this, I guess. Looks good to me. I need getting too many colors in my hand. Where's my dark tan? Mr. Tan, where are you? That's not it. That's not it. Oh, there you are. No. Yes. No. I don't know. We will. It's kind of a gray tan. That works. Are you? This. Okay, so this is all wrong too. Awesome. Okay, so we'll fix this sort of. Put this up here like that and come up like that. And then this is. Well, I can definitely tell where I started and progressed from because, wow. It's a little dark. I think I'm gonna, I'm gonna cool it down with my blue-gray. There we go. That's way better. like this blue-gray color. It's nice. This should go... This should actually be bigger. It should be like way down here. Or it should be... Well, it should technically be somewhere else, but... whatever. Just gonna put some detail in here. Let's see. I'm gonna take a photo so I can decide if I'm happy with this. Come on, why are you not showing up? Thank you. I always take photos to look and see the areas that need to be worked on more or what I missed. I find that it shows up things that you don't normally see if you don't do that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this area here and come back to this area because this area is driving me nuts. So this has a lot of purples and lavenders in it here. I was amazed at how many purples and lavenders are in ice. I mean, I guess if you think about it, it makes sense, but it's kind of crazy to me that you don't really notice the colors in some things until you start like drawing it or working with it or something like that. You're like, oh, I never realized there was so much of this color in it, or anything like that. Ilani, please stop. Thank you. Good girl. It's a good girl, Ilani. Apparently I'm making this one up as I go too. That's awesome. I don't really like the break that's in here. That's where my problem is. So I'm trying to at least now there's a break. Before, this whole thing just looked like one big block of ice, and that was not going to sit right. So I did a little working on it and it helped for sure. But now I'm going to see what kind of mess I can make of it now. Because that's how I roll. Some kind of dark areas in here. Just a few little shadows. Just to give a little bit more depth. this comes down beside this like this. This is a claw. It's the claw. So put a little claw thing here. That looks kind of fun. And then we'll make some of this a little bit darker to give it a little bit of shape. A little bit more brown. I'll have to add some purple to this too. Let's see, the purple should go more up in here. There we go. Let's see if I can get a few extra bubbles in there. Super light pressure here. I don't want a lot of color, and then when I blend I'll have that. See, I have a little bit of shading right there, but nothing super major. Needs to be blended more. There we go. Get rid of that harsh line. Okay. Go back through and do more layers. I also like going on top of the white because you still get a little bit of color, but I find that it blends really nice for the ice because it doesn't drop like tons of color. So even your darker pencils end up being lighter than what they would have been. So you can get a nice shading on here. This needs to be more round. Less square, more round. There we go. So this is a fairly dark pencil, but it's not, I'm using a very light hand and it's not dropping like tons and tons of color on it like it would if I would use it just by itself. So let me see. So here's an example. This doesn't have any white on it. See how much darker that is compared to this. So yes, I like that. That looks good. Now I need my light tan, whatever it might be. Choose this one. And we're going to bring down some little lines. I'll use my darker tan to Trying to decide if this goes all the way to the bottle right here. Need to leave just a little room because there's a dark shade on the bottle. There we go. Okay, I'm seeing quite a bit of dark here. I jump around a lot. I'll see things and I'll just jump over to it. Oh, I need to fix that. And then I'll come back to what I was doing eventually. I think everybody does that. Well, maybe not everybody, but I guess it comes down to you see something and you're like, oh, I need to fix that. And before you forget, you kind of go through and fix it. Okay, back to my little issue over here. So this is going to create, okay, I'll attach that to that. And this is going to come down like this. Okay, so we'll make this part here kind of tanny. Tan-ish. Tanny. I don't know. Making up my own language again. Yeah, I love jumping around. Because you get to... You kind of get your mind off of that area. Because you start seeing things and it's like, am I seeing it? Or am I like actually supposed to put it there? So... Oh, good. I see I'm looking in the wrong spots again. Awesome. Yes. I gotta love that. Not. I'm gonna fix this up here, though. Okay, there we go. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit, I think. And keep this fairly light. I'm going to do a dark line here that fades into a light one. I totally agree with that. And you never realize it that you do that until you're like, why is this not working out? And you either step away or you go to another area and you come back, you're like, oh, that's what I need to do. Yes. I don't know if your mind just starts saying, well, I know what's supposed to be here, so we're going to do it this way, and you're fighting it because you know that that's not how it's supposed to be. I don't know. It's crazy. Our minds work in mysterious ways for sure. Okay, so now I need to figure out what this is. Oh, I know what this is. This is the spot that I didn't know what to do with because I moved this down too low. So I just threw an extra cube in here earlier. That's spectacular. Well, we'll just have to I'm doing a bunch of little squiggly lines here to make it look like a bunch of bubbles in one area. I mean, I'm just don't really have a guide anyway, so I might as well just do bubbles, right? Put that in with some shading and stuff. Where are you? Let's see, I think I'm gonna do a squishy thing here. Putting that a little bit into that. Okay. Sort of looks like it belongs. I'm gonna soften this up considerably. Oh, you know what? I will. There we go. Let's see, where's my light gray? Don't fall. I have definitely burned through some pencils on this piece, that's for sure. This poor white. This white was brand new when I started this piece. There we go. I'm not even really looking at the reference photo. Not that it's going to do any good right here anyway, but this needs to be darker right here. This here needs to be darker in like a triangle. There we go. have more little squigglies. Ilani, really? I don't know if I can hear you. I don't have my sound up. I guess you want me to put my sound up. Well, let me see. Well, so far I'm not hearing you. I don't have my sound up. I guess you want me to put my sound up. Well, let me see. You know, you're supposed to type on the chat, not message me, mother. Weirdo. Oops. Chair. So my mom's watching, but she's like texting me instead of writing on live chat. She cracks me up. Yeah. She never watches live streams, so she's at work and she just has it on in the background. I told her she should turn it on when she sees me go live so that way it counts. She doesn't have to really watch or listen, just have it go in the background. So it helps out with views and stuff like that and ratings. She's like, okay. So I guess she saw me go live and yay! I don't know if it's any good music though. But I do appreciate you being here. But I don't know how good music it is. So, Anne, are there prizes this weekend for your artwork, or is it just to show off artwork? Relaxing. Sure. I was just wondering if there was a any competition along with your show this weekend, or if it's just to show artwork. Co-workers, man. Interrupting good stuff. Ha. Just kidding. That'd be interesting if there was and you got something. That would be very cool. Yeah, much like my puppies, they are always bothering me too. It's like, just go lay down for a few minutes, please. This has more brown in it. Or yellowish brown, or I don't know. Something along those lines. Let's see here. This is not... I'm gonna have to go to another area again because this is not... It's just not. We'll leave it at that. It's just not. Well, it's definitely a great way to show off your art for sure. My family's been trying to say, oh, you should do this or you should do that. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Because sometimes, depending upon what it is, you have to stay there. And I'm not, if it's outside, a lot of our stuff here is outside. And I don't like being outside. I have really bad allergies. So I prefer if I did it to be inside, but I don't know. I don't think I'm that good at anything. So I don't really want to enter stuff until I feel like I'm competent enough to do that. Did they realize it was colored pencil, or were they surprised it was colored pencil? This somewhere in here. Okay, this is this one, which actually needs just a touch extra work. And this comes down like this. But over here is where I really need to work on. So this comes down like this, and that goes around like that. And then I know what I did. See, when I was doing all this layout, I didn't have it set to the right size on my iPad. I didn't zoom in enough. So I made a lot of these areas smaller than they should have been. And when I came over to this side, I knew better, so I was able to compensate for it. So a lot of this ice here is smaller than it should be for the size of the piece that it is. That's what it is. See? Figured it out. Not that that's any consolation, but, you know, at least I know what I did, so that way I can compensate for it next time. Let's see. Well, they knew beforehand that I work with colored pencils, but they hadn't seen any of my work. The few times we met beforehand, I didn't show them anything, but mostly painted with my acrylics. When they saw those colored pencil works, they were quite surprised. I asked if they used any paint, or if I had used any paint or something like that. There's one piece when I have light layer of pan pastels under the colored pencil. The others are only colored pencil, and those two acrylic paintings too. Nice! Yeah, it's definitely amazing what you can do with really any medium. You know, if you just practice enough and you want something to look a certain way, you find a way to do it. I don't care what medium it is, you will find a way to do it if you want to work in that medium. I'm sometimes amazed at, like, oh, that actually looks like what it's supposed to, you know, when I do stuff. So I sometimes amaze myself. Not very often, because I guess when you look at a piece for so long, it's just like, eh. I'm kind of over it now. You all can Google over it. I'll just sit here back and go, eh. But it's a really good feeling when you do accomplish something that you didn't think you could do. really looking forward to a baby monkey that I have. I absolutely love the photo. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I don't even think I have it in my photos. That's true. You know, I did that rose, and I absolutely loved working in pastels. Like, I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did. And I cannot wait till I can do another piece. I keep setting my pencils down, and then I need them, and then, yeah. I can't wait to do another piece, and I want to do one soon, but oh my gosh, you know, there's only so much time in a day. And apparently, you know, I have these high ambitions, and I want to do more than I can in a day. So I got the new Derwent, well, not new, but I got the Derwent pastel pencils that I want to try. And I have the pit that I want to try, because in my rose photo or piece or whatever you want to call it, I used Stabilo, which I like the Stabilo, but I felt that the colors were limited on the Stabilo. So I wanted to get the pit, which seems to help with that color selection. And it seems like I'll like them a lot. But I got such a good deal on the Derwent. I could not pass it up. And on top of it, it's not even in a tin box. It's in a wooden box. Which, for all intents and purposes, that's great. But I don't keep my pencils in a box. So let's see. I need... If I did keep them in a box, I'm really happy with that box. But I keep the boxes in the tins, so that way if I move or something like that, I have a way to store them and keep them separate without like just banding them and just throwing them in a thing. You know, there's way more bubbles over here than I have. Like, I don't have any bubbles over here. Just gonna have to make some. That's better. Doesn't look like much, but there is a difference. Now, back to this thing. Okay, so apparently I want to make my own little thing going on here again. Seems to be the theme. I just kind of go for it. There we go. Wish my nose would stop itching. Ugh. So annoying. You're so lucky you don't have allergies, Anne. Oh my good night. There's that. This one is what I need to work on. There we go. Let's see. What else do I have? Trying to think what I talked about yesterday on Twitch. Because apparently I was very talkative. I was like talking the whole time. I was basically talking to nobody because nobody was like watching me or anything. But apparently I had a lot to say yesterday, which is very unusual for me. So I already talked about my stream changes as far as times. And days and where they're going to be. And kind of talked about my upcoming projects. So the series that I have on the whole learning thing, Strathmore has a series out now of different things you can learn. Like animals, flowers, manga, cartoons, stuff like that. So I have a couple of books that I'm going to go through and just go step by step as the book goes through, and then see how it turns out. And then I have a series set up for the Copics, which is a 5-book series, I think, that I'm going through. So when I start that, I'll put that online as well. And obviously I'm not going to have the line art because it is copyrighted because I am learning. But, you know, you can basically use those techniques for any line art. And then I think what I'm going to do is what I learned in the Copic. Then I'll turn around and go back to the creations that I did in the Strathmore series. And then I'll use my Copic markers to do those. And I have the Winsor Newton pigment markers that I need to do something with. That's a whole nother issue in itself. And then, of course, I have the Baby Animal and Mama series, and I have the Homeless series that I want to do both in graphite. And I'd like to do a series in pastel, but I haven't decided what I want to do. If I want to just make it completely landscape, or if I want to do more beach scenes or whatnot. I'm finding, like, I have oil paints and acrylic paints, and I used to paint with acrylic a lot, and I just got burnt out. I don't care for it anymore. So doing acrylic is kind of annoying to me, and I'm really enjoying the other mediums more. So I think I'm going to stick to the other mediums. I also want to learn watercolor. So those will be coming up as well. Some of the things that I do. And I have ink tints that I want to do, which again, I have to kind of learn watercolor because there's similar techniques. But I have liquid graphite that I want to learn and implement in some of my graphite stuff. I think I want to do that with maybe portraits. Stop. Maybe portraits. But again, we're back to watercolor techniques because a lot of that uses the same techniques. So I'm hoping to also create my own surreal art, which is why I want to learn some of this manga and things. I also have a dragon book. I'm really interested in learning how to draw dragons. All those scales, though, oh my gosh, I don't know. I have a lizard that I'm going to do, and I think I was going to do it in color pencil or Inktense, but I think I might do it in pastels just because it'll go faster. And I think this one is taking me long enough here. And I feel like I can do a pastel piece way faster than color pencil. I mean, it still takes time, but I feel that I can achieve more in less amount, though. And let's see what else. What else do I have up here? I want to do watercolor pencils as well. Oh, I have graphitints that I want to play with. I have to figure out what I want to do with those, but I have those I want to play with and do a piece with. I was thinking about underwater scene, but I think that's very predictable, so I don't know. I haven't really decided. Oh, and I have my graphic line painters, the Derwent graphic line painters that I want to do. I actually have like 3 ideas, all of which are not realism, which is kind of where I go with my stuff. So I'd be really, really outside my comfort zone by doing that, which is fine. It's the way you learn to push yourself. And let's see, what else do I have that I haven't tried yet? Of course, I have all the smart art boxes from like last year. I think I did 2 last year, and then I did 1 this year. So all the mediums that come in that, I still need to try. And what else? Graphite. Oh, I have some Conte pencils and sepia pencils that I want to do a couple pieces in. I already have the pieces picked out for that, which is really cool. And I just need to, you know, do it. But one of them is going to be like a cowboy piece. And then, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll have to see what the colors end up being for the graphitint. If the graphitint turn out to be the right colors, maybe I'll do an Indian piece in that, an Indian portrait. I don't know if there's going to be enough colors because there's only, what, 20? I don't know. There's not very many colors. There's like 20 colors or something like that. So I don't know that there's a big enough color range for me to do that. If not, I might do it in sepia. I'll have to think about that one. But yeah, as you can see, I have a lot of ideas. And then when it gets to be the holidays, I want to do like holiday themed, like the 12 days of Christmas, the countdown to Christmas. I'll probably do some of those. I want to try to do those early, like now early. And just have them scheduled and up so that way I can focus on other things. Because I'm sure it'll be quite busy by that time. And I don't want to miss the opportunity to do that. And then Will has a Coffee with Friends thing that he does, collaboration. But instead of collaborating with somebody else, I have a few ideas for those pieces that I'm just going to do like on my own. Because I want the piece to be coherent, and I'm just going to take his idea and run with it. And then let's see what else. Looking around to see what other things I have over here. Oh, charcoal. I love working in charcoal. It's messy, but oh my gosh, I have such a good time with charcoal. Seems like the messier it is, the more I want to work with it. But yeah, that's another one that I want to do. One of my friends that I have in Hawaii, well, I met when we were stationed in Hawaii. Their son has a really cool photo. I think it was his senior picture or something. So I asked if I could use it, and I would send them the completed thing. I said, I don't know when, but I want to use that photo. And they're like, fine. And it's a black and white photo, and it would really lend itself really, really well to the charcoal. And I so looking forward to getting that. Oh my gosh. You, my friend, are causing problems. What is your issue here? You are not being friendly. That's what your issue is. Let's see. We'll attach this here. Let's see what else. Watercolors. Oh, airbrush. Yeah. I have an airbrush I haven't used yet either. Of course, part of the reason, not the whole reason, but part of the reason is because my husband was kind enough to buy me all the airbrush stuff. Not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before. And he bought me the compressor and the paints that I wanted and the frisket and all of that. And he forgot to order the airbrush. So I ordered myself an airbrush this past Christmas. So that was my gift to myself this past Christmas. So now I just need to, I want to play with that and do like backgrounds and stuff like that. And Sheldine is doing a piece. I don't know if she's complete. I think she finished it. I'm not sure. Of Muhammad Ali. Really, really big piece. And she did almost all of it with an airbrush, if not all of it. And I kind of want to do something like that. Maybe not as big though, because I have nowhere to put it. I have nowhere to paint it. My pull down screen to go behind my easel isn't that big, so yeah. It only goes maybe 6 to 8 inches on either side of the easel. So I don't know that I have room to do a very large piece, but I do have it set up so I can do some stuff. So I'm just taking some of this off because I'm not happy with, number one, how dark it is, and number two, the shape. So I'm kind of reshaping it as well. And it'll allow me to put a few more air bubbles in. Yeah, I'm excited for that airbrush. But you know me, I have everything. So I'm telling you, you need to come over here for a week and just play with all my art supplies. See what you like. I think we'd have fun creating a whole bunch of stuff. I feel like I'm not making any progress here. I feel like I've been on this spot like forever. That's fine. I have an extra bedroom downstairs. Come on now. You have your own bathroom, bedroom. can bring your puppy. You know, easy peasy. Oh no, my battery died. Come on, come off. Come off. There we go. Always something. There. I guess they didn't die. They just... There we go. They just didn't want to work for the moment. Now, where was I going to do this? Oh, yeah. So I'm just trying to give it a little bit of texture and lift some of that off so I can take my tan again and make more bubbles. Define them just a little bit more. That's better. Yay! Well, you just let me know when you arrive and I'll be there. Did you move yet? Weren't you supposed to move soon? Or did you already move? Pencil sharpening time, by the way. Okay, let's see. 3 more. Maybe more than 3 more. Can't get the detail with dull pencils. So Will's Kickstarter just ended, and it has been successfully funded. So he got what he was his goal. That's cool. Super excited for him. Yeah, that's true. I knew it was coming up. I just wasn't sure when. Are you excited? Are you looking forward to it? Yes, definitely. That's cool. I guess you won't be doing art during that time. Hopefully you'll find a place where you can like have like your studio and stuff too. Oh, that's got to be rough. Oh, how exciting. I remember when we first bought our house, it was exciting. Unfortunately, we ended up losing it because due to unforeseen circumstances, my husband ended up getting out of the military, which wasn't even his fault. And then, so we had to give up our house. But the house we're in now, we own. We purchased it with my mom. When my dad died, she moved in with us. So we purchased it with her, and then we just refinanced it to take her off the loan. And we still have the same everything set up, but that way she's not responsible for the loan. So if she decides she wants to, you know, go do something or whatever, she can, and not have to worry about, you know, the house. She does make the payment on the house, but I pay for everything else. That's kind of what we have worked out. And since we refinanced it, I'll be paying partial on it as well, because we refinanced it so we could get rid of all of our bills. Where is that? There it is. Yeah, I love the fact that we own something, building equity and all of that. But in another way, it's kind of annoying because you can't just get up and move when you want to. I mean, I guess you could, but it wouldn't be the smartest thing to do. So, you're kind of stuck where you're at for a little bit. And I tend to be a person that likes to move a lot. Like, I don't like being in one place. This is the longest, I think it's the longest I've ever stayed in one place. Except for, let's see. Yeah, when I grew up, I lived in Las Vegas. And we moved around within the city, but we were still in the same city. But other than that, this is probably the longest. I stayed in Okinawa, Japan for 6 years. And we've been here since, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, 7 years? I don't know. This is definitely one of the closest, if not the closest, to spending the most time here. Don't much care for it here, but we'll eventually move. Just not right now. Besides that, I just set up my studio like the way I want it. I ain't moving yet. I have to at least get good use out of it. Come on now. See, this kind of fades in. Yeah, I want like our next house to be kind of out in the middle of nowhere, because neighbors are kind of annoying, especially here, because nobody really respects other people's property. So I would like to have a house like farther out, and that way also the dogs can run and have a good time, and my husband can have a workshop because he does woodworking as well. So he can have a workshop that we can build, and he can expand if he wants to. And then I would have a nice studio. I'm not sure if I want the studio in the house or if I'd want it separate. Like, his workshop would probably be separate. So in a way, it'd be kind of nice to have like a studio, like do like a 2-story or something, and have like the studio upstairs. But I definitely want air conditioning, because I don't want to be no sweating when I'm working. That's for sure. Oh, that would be nice. A good companion. You know, it's funny. We got Leilani, and then I decided I wanted to get another dog, kind of like a companion for her, because she's we kind of bought her for our companionship. And we got a male, which was really close to her in age, And we ended up having to take him back because she and he did not get along very well. They were constantly fighting, and it just wasn't good. So, so then we got a Felicity. And we got Felicity when she was really small. Leilani was, I think, 8 months or 9 months before we tried. No, that's not right. Yeah, it was about 7 months. So she was about 7 months. And we got Felicity as a small puppy. And that seemed to work out better. But they still don't like cuddle or anything. Leilani doesn't, unless she wants to play, she doesn't want really anything to do with Felicity. So Felicity's kind of on her own, so to speak, which is kind of sad. I feel bad for her. And we've considered about getting another dog, but oh my gosh, I can't do another dog. Choose a handful already. So, I don't know. Well, it would be nice to have Felicity have somebody that, you know, would be the type of companion that she wants. Because she likes to cuddle with other dogs, but she doesn't really like to cuddle with people. And Leilani loves to cuddle with people. And she gets really jealous if Felicity's cuddling with us or something. So, kind of feel bad for her, but there's not much I can do. We just love on her and give her the companionship that we can. And she's opened up quite a bit, but she's very reactive to noises and stuff. She's very ADD. Yeah, when I was growing up, we raised and showed Dalmatians. And I went a very long time where I didn't want any dog at all. I was so over having animals. And then, for whatever reason, one day I'm like, I want a dog. And we actually went and we waited. This couple was holding her. But the guy had allergies, and they were waiting to see if, like, his allergies would react. And they were trying to get a hold of their kids to see if they could come down and whatnot. And as soon as they knew, as soon as they put her down, that we would take her, because that's what we were waiting for. And they put her down, and I had her, and I'm like, she's mine. We held her for 2 seconds. I'm like, she is exactly what I want. And she's exactly the type of dog that I wanted. She's really smart. She's very patient. She's very submissive. She wants to please. So, yeah. But, gosh, how many dogs did we have at one time? We had Rocky, Sandy, Misty, Princess, Lucky, Brandy. So we had 6 at one point in time. But Sandy and Sandy and Misty, or Missy, no, not Missy, Paige, 7. Sandy and Paige were sisters. We took Princess down to have a litter. And they were sisters. Oh, and Rocky. Rocky was their brother. And we kept those, and they were 17, 18 in the litter. 2 were stillborn. So, yeah. Ugh. It was crazy. Yeah. Wouldn't give up Leilani for anything. She's such a good girl. She is the best. Not saying Felicity's not good. It's just, you know, there's issues with her. I mean, she's part of the family, so we just deal with them. But there's issues with her that, you know, sometimes you just wish that she was more like the other. Yes, it was definitely crazy. And we traveled to show the dogs, and yeah. That's when I was 12, 13, I think. So I was definitely not wanting to have dogs anytime. But I don't know. I guess I felt we owned the house and it was just time to have a companion. Okay, let's take a picture of this and see. I know there's more stuff up here I need to work on, but I want to... Let's see. Oh, good. I got rid of that one thing that I was hoping I got rid of. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to work on... All right, Anne. Well, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. I will, and you have a good night, and we'll see you soon. Have a safe drive home. Okay, let's see. Continuing on. So we have this little guy here. And he needs to go here. And we're going with the tan again. Okay. And this needs to be darker. And this actually needs to come in like this. Bye. I did enjoy talking to you. You still have to come by, though. Okay, and this is going to get... This is what I'm looking for right here. Okay, so Okay, so I'm gonna erase this. There we go. Now, this is more of a blue, gray, brown. And then this comes up like this. We'll kind of just stick it in like that. And we're going to make it a little bit more brown for this. There we go. Okay, somehow I need to break this up a little bit. because I'm not super happy with this white line going all the way around. It looks weird. Let's see what we got going on here, because this doesn't look right either. Probably because it's not. I think I'm pulling this down. Aha, goes down here. There we go. I'll just continue this down and shade this in a little bit. Oh yeah, that looks much better. Define that cube a little bit. And then this one here is interesting because it kind of to find my spot again. There it is. Okay, so we're going to go like this, and then we're going to add this, and then this is going to turn more brown. There we go. This here is going to stay more of a blue. Trying to differentiate the two, but there is a little bit of blue-gray in here, so we'll add that in. Looks like it has bunny ears or owl ears or something. Okay, so we're going to darken this up a little. Okay, and then darken this one up a little. There, right here. And then this, go around like that. Back here we have some crazy little doomabob there. long have I been streaming? 2.5 hours. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna make this area here darker. Kind of just doing my own thing, sort of. I want the idea of the ice and all of that, but I also want, since I've had to change stuff anyway, I'm kind of trying to keep to the changes and not worry too much about the shape, so to speak, but I'm trying to get like the darks in the right areas, and where the browns are, I want the browns to be somewhat in the same area, and then the gray blues in the same area. So a little bit of a challenge, especially when you change up the design in the first place, whether it be on accident or on purpose, because I guarantee you not all of these changes were on purpose. Lonnie's over here just snoring away, oblivious to anything going on. She's a funny puppy. Well, Okay. I feel like I'm actually making progress in this area. There we go. Let's see. I need to separate those two. So to do that, we're going to do a darker line right here. And some shading just to make it appear that it's a different piece, because it's too much. It's just too much. And then we're going to go down here like this, like that, and inset. There we go. This is kind of a lighter tan here. Bring this down to here, and there we go. It's much, much better. Okay, I like that now. Just needed to take a break from it and come back to it. Now, this thing over here is a serious, serious eyesore. Okay, now we are going to start out. We'll put white there. We'll put a little bit here and there and there. Okay, so we need some of this there. I need more of a yellow. There we go. Okay, so now we're getting into some of the browns. Kind of going over the yellows a little bit to tone it down, make it slightly more brown. Now I need my tan gray. No, we'll do tan, I think, first. We're gonna go ahead and put the tan on here. Okay. So this is the part that I erased earlier, and I'm going back and filling in with the colors that I need. A very dark brown. Okay. So I'm trying to get this to look less round and more stacked, I guess, for lack of a better term. And it's not working very well. needs to stay white. Let's see, I have a thing coming down this way. Comes up, that comes over. That's a little bit better. Okay. Okay, that's an improvement. A little bit darker than I wanted to go, but considering what was there before, it's kind of what we needed to do. That's better. Take another picture and see how it's progressing. It's not too bad. I think I'm going to darken this up a bit. There we go. So I'm just darkening this up because in the photo this was so much different in tones than this. So I'm trying to even it out just a little bit. I want the difference, but I don't want it quite as much as the photograph showed. So I'm trying to just darken it just a fraction. There. Yeah, I like that much better. Let's see here. So this actually comes down. Felicity, stop. Oh, my memory card is full. Really? Again? So if you saw me yesterday, my camera's supposed to be set to relay record. And it's not relay recording. actually. I know I'm shaking. I'm trying to get this to go to my last memory card. Yes, I know my memory card is full. I'm trying to fix that problem. You're not cooperating. I don't know why I have so many problems trying to find this. Any other time I can find it. Ding ding. Well, nothing. I am. Well, how long are you gonna be? Alrighty then. Yeah. No, I'll send the other one then. Yes. 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 Yeah, I know. Alright. Alright, love you. Good. Anne showed up for a little bit. Mom showed up for a little bit. Yeah. But no, you do. Okay, bye. 11:30. So since I'm having trouble getting my camera to start recording again, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream for the day and see if I can figure out where to find my setting again. And I think I'll just download my video and then I'll just start fresh tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm scheduled to stream on Twitch. I'm not sure if I'll stream on Twitch or if I'll stream on Mixer. I'll have to see. But probably around 10 is when I'm going to start. I'm finding that 8 is a little bit too early to get some of the stuff done that I need to get done beforehand. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to 10. No later than 10. I might start a little bit earlier. See what's going on. But I'm going to go ahead and stop for today. And I want to thank everybody for dropping by and watching. And I will see you again very soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.